meowing at the door and I can't get her to move back. I wanted to hop on here for a moment and talk about something that's been coming through for a lot of people. And just for a few minutes, I know that these times can be very challenging with all of the light, all of the things coming in. Us coming out of this chrysalis, emerging from these sheaths of gossamer skins that we have, and peeling them away, allowing them to drop away, allowing them to gently fall. And one of these sheaths of gossamer skins that we have, this light, has to do with relationships. And I know a lot of people have been contacting me and asking me about their relationship and how it's been shifting and changing, and some people are finding that they are needing to completely change their relationship 360, 190 degrees, 180, 10 degrees, whatever it might be. But for a lot of people, their relationship has come to this beautiful culmination, this completion, and they're choosing to consciously uncouple and move forward. And this is something really beautiful that you can do if you're in that place, is consciously uncoupling, creating your own ceremony, because you're a sovereign being, right? And you don't need governmental papers to tell you if you are married or in a relationship with someone. You don't need that. And for some people that might charge you a little bit, but take what resonates, leave the rest, right? I'm going to move this slightly. So being a sovereign being, you have the right to say and begin a new relationship, complete a relationship between you and that person. It's sacred. It's a sacred contract between you and another. And so to allow yourself to let it go if you need to, and create ceremony and ritual around that, that's wonderful. Now for other people, they're asking, where's my soulmate? Where's that person that I long for, that I can feel, but they're not here yet? And what I say to that, what I receive for that and is coming in, is that one, you're your soulmate, right? You are masculine, feminine union. And so when we search outside of ourselves for what some people term as a soulmate, a twin flame, an other half, and I know I've talked about this a little bit before, then that's exactly what we're doing. We're looking outside of ourselves, right? Instead of within. What we create and how we move and how we are bringing our own medicine within ourselves, and how that medicine is arising and changing and unfolding and blossoming within ourselves, is what we will see in our reality, right? Because we create our reality. We are the quantum light weavers. You are the quantum field of light, as I've said, or passed on the information. And so what I keep hearing with this is they keep showing me this symbol. And so no matter where you are in your relationship, you're happy, you're joyful, you love your relationship, you love the exchange and the growth and the movement, then that is beautiful. Keep learning, keep growing, keep moving. And no matter where you are, in a relationship, not in a relationship, leaving a relationship, contemplating where you are in your relationship, it's about self, relationship with self, right? Because our divine masculine, feminine within is what gives us the medicine and the weavings, the understandings to create the without. So the symbol that I keep seeing is the Vesica Pisces. And the Vesica Pisces, has those two circles, right? I know, I should have drawn it for you. It has these two circles, and then in the center is the creation vortex, the creation portal. And this is where life emerges, light emerges. It's where birthing emerges, creation emerges from this portal. Portal means doorway, right? This opening, this threshold. And with the Vesica Pisces, there's that light, that sword going through it. Some may see it as a staff. I see it as a sword, like a sword of light. And if we look at the Druidic traditions, it's a sword. And it is that truth, sovereignty. It is the connection between the two, masculine and feminine, because you have the masculine circle, which, you know, is up in this area, the thinking, the air, this, and then the feminine, which is below, the womb space, and you know, sacral. And so then we have the heart, which is where I see the opening, where the Vesica Pisces meets. And this sword of light is our column of light, our spinal column, our chakra system. And it is connecting this beautiful masculine, feminine, and this symbolism, which helps us receive coding and unfold the coding, unlock the coding of these. And then we have the caduceus, the two serpents twining up. They're winding up, you know, this beautiful column of light. And as they do so, it's igniting. So it's the Shakti and the Kundalini dancing up the column. So Vesica Pisces, the portal is the heart. And this is where the birthing happens. And this is where we birth. We take both masculine and feminine and send it out through our heart space. Our higher hearts, right? And then we have the Shakti and Kundalini, masculine and feminine energies rising within, winding around, not unlike a maypole, you know, which is what that represents, and winding around, dancing in divine union. And divine union is so powerfully energetic as well as physical. We can create divine union physically, right? And mentally, emotionally, energetic. It's all sacred. It's, you know, sacred sexual alchemy. And so a lot of initiation happens through this, whether with yourself or with a partner, and on all levels, on all fields in our all light bodies. And so when we have this, it's an awakening. This is why one of the reasons why it's called Kundalini Awakening, right? Kundalini awakens. But there's a symbol that keeps showing to me. And off the Vesica Pisces are these wings, like a winged being, and it's taking flight. And there are a crown of stars above the top Vesica Pisces. And so maybe I'll draw that for you at some point, or paint it more likely, since I watercolor paint. Or I could play it for you on my harp. I could beat it out on my drum for you, because it's all coding. See, everything is coding. It all comes in different forms. And right now they're showing me in symbolism. So I ask you, and I'd love for you to share, if you feel guided to share any symbols that are coming forward for you right now in your life. If you want to make comments below, I'd be happy to discuss those symbols and my next YouTube, which next week will be a YouTube of guidance. So if you want to be on here with me live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then I will be giving guidance to those of you who are asking questions, who want me to draw cards, who want me to channel information for you, and I've opened that up. So as I've been guided by my teams of light. So thank you. And hi, lovely, I see you there. Thank you for sending that. Anyway, so think about the symbolism and the coding, because symbols are sigils. They're coding for us, right? So whether it's by sound and voice, this gateway and portal, the star portal that is expanding and releasing the information up, out, creative expression, or it's with an instrument, your body, you're dancing, the light language is moving through your body, right? And yes, and I feel like soon they're urging me, pushing me to share some of that with you, and I will. I'm I will. It's interesting. But whether it's beating it with a drum, and when I say beating it, it's your heartbeat that is informing your arms, informing your limbs, informing yourself to play it on that drum, to sound it. And the same with a harp or, breath, intoning. It's all very powerful. So think about the symbols that are coming to you, that you're dreaming about, that you're seeing, that, thank you, that you're feeling, that you're vibrating to, that is helping you um, awaken and lift your frequency. And thank you. Yes, I feel this strong. The Clada. Thank you. So someone asked me about this. I'll say it now since I'm talking about the divine masculine feminine. The esoteric information of this ring is the divine masculine feminine. So one hand is the divine masculine, the other hand is the divine feminine. The heart is the cosmic heart connected to our heart, right? We are the cosmic heart. We are one true love, the one true love, right? And on all levels, that love, that physical level, emotional, mental, spiritual, the one true aligned. And then the crown is the Christed crown. So if you're unfamiliar with the term Christed, it's not religious. It's sacred, and it's beyond. Thank you. That was so sweet. Thank you for that comment. It's this Christed is an initiation. It's also a pouring in of frequency. It's frequency, right? And it's embodying that frequency. It is blue butterflies, vulture. Okay, so I'm going to address both of those in a moment. So it's this frequency. And so symbols, it becomes a sigil. When we give a symbol so much charge and power and meaning that we attach a feeling or an understanding onto it, it becomes a powerful magical tool or instrument, if you will. And so our bodies are this, right? Our bodies are temples of light and house such incredible creation. And so I'll leave it at that, but that's the Clada. The vulture, let's hop there, fly there for a moment, is connected to Isis, Ma'at, the truth speaker, the weigher of your soul and heart. Heart being light, are you moving from your heart center, right? The vulture also initiates if it's circling around you, catching those currents. And I did this last time I was talking about birds. I get a little like, woo, in the vortex of energies. But vulture is also cleaning off anything that's diseased, that's not in alignment, that's not in alignment with where it needs to go, because vultures actually help cull the spread of disease, right? And so dis-ease. One of your thumbs, that's very interesting about thumbs. Okay, think about what thumbs means for you. You know what symbolism. I could say something about thumbs too, which I will to you personally later. But yes, so there is, the vulture is a powerful, sometimes we'll see Isis with wings of a vulture. And, vulture can be connected with Osiris and Horus as well, because of Isis, because of this connection of this lineage. And so there's also the vulture on on the headpiece as well, that we see sometimes with the wings, with Ma'at and Isis. So it's freedom, it's sovereignty, it's also looking down and seeing in this great detail, but it's the cleansing off of the old, picking away that which is no longer needed, that's decaying and needs to be alchemized, because I see the vultures alchemizing the picking off of that dis-ease, right? So, butterflies. Butterflies reminds me of the same. Here's this transition. We have the butterfly maiden, and she, if you see a lot of butterflies lately, it's this transition. You're emerging from that chrysalis beauty that I saw you say that about the butterflies, emerging from this chrysalis, and the butterfly is getting the pollen, the nectar, and actually has this very powerful way through its feet and hands, if you will. So think about your feet and hands, really tactile, touching something, really feeling it, and having the sensation of maybe your hand on your chest. What does your chest really feel like? You know, what does your face really feel like? What does that cloth really feel like? You know, merging with that and sitting outside, maybe putting your hands on the earth. What does that ground below you really feel like? And so, because butterflies, when they land on a flower, not only are they receiving the vibration of that color, the vibration of that particular unique flower, and the medicine of it, they're showing you the herbology that you need to work with, the vibration, the colors, but also, so essences, right? But they are smelling through their feet and sensing through their feet. So think about your hands and feet, and if you're really standing on that ground, are you really standing in that transition, that flight, that emergence of new that you're bringing in? So there we go with that. I could go on, but anyway, I've just been receiving a lot of this, these symbols and vibrations that are about to come up and out, as well as movement. Again, I will share them. It's coming. With this divine union, this masculine, feminine, and it really is, again, you're welcome. It really is this, think about where you are in relationship to self, and where you are in relationship to others around you, but specifically your intimate relationships, and how you're feeling, what needs to shift and change, what needs to, and the vulture and butterfly was for everyone that listens to this, okay? Because when someone brings up something that they've seen and you're listening to this later in a replay, then that is for you too. There's some jewel, there's some perspective for you as well. So think about that for yourself. But I invite you to sit with your inner masculine and feminine, and feel them creating that birthing from the heart center. Feel them merging within and rising up your column of light, your spinal column, your chakra column, your column of light. And feel it rising from your Earth Star chakra all the way up into your crown. And if it goes beyond, it goes beyond, and then back down, and doing this dance of light and feeling it expand through you, and what symbolisms come, or sounds, or what emergence reveals. Okay, what emerges. Again, any comments that you'd like to make, I'd love to see them. And next week, I hope you'll join me in the live, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for us to receive guidance. I'll be channeling guidance for you. You can ask questions in the chat, or you can send them to me ahead of time if you don't want to ask them in the chat, and I will read those off. Awakening@melissavirtue.com. You can email me there or direct message me on any of my social media. And I heart bow to you. Thank you for joining me today and listening to this replay if that's where you join. So much love to you all.